All right. How's all my Xbox fans out there? Welcome back to another great episode of Di-RREC Gaming. I'm the General. Um, I wanted to come back and kind of have a rebuttal from all the events that seem to have happened over the past week. Unreal Engine 5 and all this other stuff. So yeah. So a lot of YouTubers, a lot of journalists, a lot of first-time YouTubers, because they got no life. Um, they seem to put this narrative out that the Unreal Engine 5 can only be done, and it's exclusively its technology can only be done and run on the PlayStation 5. So I found that very interesting because Tim Sweeney had to come out as soon, pretty much a couple of days after that Summerfest with Jeff Keighley, and the show Summerfest on YouTube. If you haven't seen it, I mean, it's nothing to take home about, but it is what it is, and people got mad at Microsoft show, which is way more entertaining on May 7th. So yeah, um, so basically, Tim Sweeney had to come out and say that you your narrative is not true, right? The Xbox can run Unreal Engine 5 with no problem. As a matter of fact, a company in China actually came out and showed that Unreal Engine 5 can be run on a laptop. Isn't that interesting? So, if Unreal Engine 5 can be run on a laptop, then just how strong is the PS5? Hmm. I mean,
Yeah.
people with logical sense think about these questions. So, and then it just so happened that Phil Spencer, great Phil, he came out and said that Xbox is already have companies using Unreal Engine 5. So, and they're gonna look great on Xbox. So, yeah, people jumped out the window with this little magical character, which looked nothing but another Uncharted or another Tomb Raider, you ask me, with better lighting. And that's exactly what it was. It's more funny because this game is never coming out. It's not a real game, and people are upset about that. Yeah, or boo-hoo. So basically, I'm just saying that uh, Phil Spencer came out, and Tim Sweeney had to basically eat crow and said that this engine is very doable on Xbox, and it can run basically really good. He had to even admit in his own way that Xbox has more of the power. So I just find that very interesting. It just seems like now there's a lot of narrative where it's very dangerous. I think for the gaming media. When I mean gaming media, I don't mean IGN and I don't mean GameSpot and other places like that. I'm talking about YouTube. YouTube has become the TMZ of the gaming world. There are a lot of developers that are very frustrated. There are a lot of companies that's very frustrated. One of them is 343, who Bonnie, she came out on Twitter and she said that basically, in her own words, we've read all the BS, we've heard all the podcasts, and that we've heard what every Xbox fan or every other naysayer got to say. We can't wait till July to show you what Halo Infinite is going to be. That sounds like a confident company that's been working on an amazing title for 5 years. 5 years is usually the time that you want to give a AAA. That's usually that's what Phil Spencer said. He said he wanted to give his big AAA companies more time. So just pretty much know every 5 years there's going to be a bunch of new AAA games. So um, Bonnie and they're ready to go. They're ready to show off what Halo Infinite is. And keep in mind, you're getting excited over a Unreal 5. People are not even talking about the whatchamacallit, the slip space engine.
True.
So right, so it seems like the media, shall we say, PlayStation fanboys, people that are very rapid, whatever you want to call it, um, they're just forgetting about the slip space engine. The Unreal Engine 5 is done by Epic. The Slip Space engine is done by Microsoft. And
Right.
this engine will be used in other games. So what I'm just trying to say is that pump your brakes. You know what I mean? Pump your brakes. I think gamers gotta stop getting geeked out. I think every time you see something shiny, you gotta stop jumping out the window because you don't know the facts. You don't know the facts. You don't know the whole detail. You don't work in the industry. I don't care who your source is, insider, wherever you get it from. You're not in that building with that team. You know what I mean? And I
True.
think gamers gotta start understanding that, man. Like you have grown men over 40 sounding like 14-year-olds arguing, well Sega's the ish with Nintendo like back in those days, man. And what makes it bad is it's glorified over the YouTube from Twitter, right? Just media period. Let's not even say YouTube. Just Twitter, you name it, man. It's glorified. You got people arguing on Twitter. You got Twitter beef, all this other stuff, and it's like, man, it's crazy where we at as gamers right now. You literally, I've seen this with my own eyes. You literally have to pick a flag, and I say, F you. I'm gonna play what I want to play. If I decide to go buy a Nintendo Switch because I want to play, Mario Odyssey, or I want to play something that is enjoy for me, then that's my thing. I think in gaming there's no individualism. It's too much following monkey see, monkey do, right? Oh, he don't like Xbox, so I don't like Xbox. Or my friends, they play with PlayStation, so I guess I gotta get a PlayStation. No, you get the hell what you want, man. Whatever you feel. Too many people don't think for themselves. And once again, it's the proof with this Unreal Engine 5. I've seen so many articles, so many. And it's like, man, they had to eat a lot of crow when Tim Sweeney came out and had to admit that. On top of that, Phil Spencer and Aaron Greenberg saying that Unreal Engine 5 games are already being worked on as far as the Xbox. It's like, man, it's definitely interesting. It's just that I think sometimes we jump the gun just a little too much, man. And I don't know if it's from excitement. I heard Denzel Washington say something, man, in this interview. He said, when it comes to media now, he said it's not about the truth. It's just about who gets it out first. And it don't matter what it is. And I think that's the culture that we're in right now. And I think it's really dangerous because, there's no honesty of opinion. There's no debates. There's no real logical thinking. It's just all sensationalism. And I'm going to say this. For all you that boo-hooed on May 7th, because I watched that show again, just so I can make sure I got my facts straight, everything I said over the last show. And I was right. They showed 13 games that were impressive. 13, except Madden. Madden's going to be Madden. But they showed 13 games that was impressive. In Summerfest, if you want to point it out, it showed one tech demo and it showed one game, which was Ghost of Tsushima, 18-minute gameplay. Which, I mean, look, if you want Japanese Assassin's Creed, and go have at it, all right? But my whole thing is, when July come, and you see what Microsoft do,
Talk to him.
and you see Hellblade, and you see Halo Infinite, and you see what Obsidian working behind, all these first party companies. When you see the power of that Series X, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing. Just sit back and watch. As they said when you was a kid, sit back and take your medicine. Sit back and take your medicine. 343 been working on Halo for the last 5 years. You think they gonna come with some bull? Come on, man. They spent $500 million, not as a budget, but probably $300 million for the new graphical engine, the Slip Space engine, and $200 million for the budget. How many $200 million budget games you know? Because the damn sure ain't God of War, and it ain't Mario either. So let's just keep it all the way funky, right? So my whole thing is, there was a lot of boo-hooing, lot of flip-flopping. I'm talking flip-flopping like flapjacks, man, on after May 7th. So when Microsoft come with that heat, I don't want to hear nothing, man. I
Talk
don't
to
want to
him.
hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing, especially from fake Xbox fans. And there's a lot of you out there. There's a lot of you dudes on YouTube. There's a lot of you dudes in these gaming streets, as my man New Legal would say. Don't start talking about, oh, I gotta get an Xbox. It's time for me to come home. You're not invited. We don't want you. We don't want no magazines. Don't come over here, buddy. You understand? We for riding. People that rolled through 2013. People
Facts.
that supported Crackdown 3. People that beat their games. People that supported Gears 5. People that listen to all the BS, man. The Series X is for us.
Facts.
Phil's first system. Nobody's thinking about that because we always said that when Phil got the job. I said, wait till he make his first system. It's gonna be a monster. And what he do? He came out with the Xbox Series. It was the first one. I'm sorry, it was the before the One X, right? It was the one that gave you 4K, but it scaled up to 4K. I went and bought that one. But when I got the One X, man, I saw what 4K really was. And then I saw where this man was going. And then on top of that, man, this man rebirthed the industry with Game Pass. Man, let me tell you something, man. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. If you don't have Game Pass and you an Xbox gamer, you really are not on point. Because just like an Xbox gamer, you supposed to have Xbox Live. You understand? It's something that just goes along with your system. It's part of that universe. It's part of that universe and it's part of that world. And that's what it is. So, you know, my whole thing is it's always this criticism. It's always the criticism. But man, I'm gonna give it up for Phil Spencer today and the Xbox team. It's a lot of good stuff coming. And then on top of that, let me pop my collar for a lot of you that don't understand what happened on May 7th. On May 7th, they showed games that, and you can read about this too. There are articles, IGN, whatever. You can go find them. There are developers coming out now and saying that they chose Xbox Series X because they didn't want to compromise frame rates. They didn't want to do shortcuts.
Talk to
They
him.
didn't want to do any backdoor things to put their game on their system. Those games are Scorn, Chorus, The Medium, right? I can go on. Bright Memory Infinite. Here's an interesting fact if you don't know. Bright Memory Infinite is Bright Memory right now on Steam. So the game is on PC, but the game is episodic. When that game comes to Microsoft, right, it's going to be a whole game. That's why it's called Bright Memory Infinite. Bright Memory Infinite will be out 2021, and it's one developer who's working on it. One developer, FYDQ Studios out of China, right?
Right.
And it might take a little longer because unfortunately, like New Legal said, this outbreak, this virus, China got hit really bad, 100 million in lockdown. So we don't know how that affects him. But Bright Memory Infinite is going to be on Xbox Series X, Xbox One X, but it's going to be a complete game. But to my point, there were a lot of games that were shown on May 7th. They can't run on the PS5. PS5 don't got the CPU power. They don't have the graphical power to do it. So while you're running with Unreal Engine 5, which I tell you, New Legal, it was funny to me because people act like, oh, this is not going to be on Xbox. How many
Right.
YouTube videos said, oh, PS5 first gameplay? It's PS5's first gameplay, but if you watch that video, it chugged twice. It chugged. A little loading screen came up when she started flying at the end, and there was another part when she was trying to climb over some rocks. There is no loading times on Series X. There is no compromise on Series X. It's that fast and that powerful. Now, let me get to something I want to talk about. Series Velocity Engine for the Xbox Series X. That basically is going to be a way that it's going to help the graphical engine, but it's also a way to help the SSDs, right? So basically series velocity engine, and you can read about it because articles that just came out about it. It's basically gonna help the Xbox Series X function with its speed. Okay. Now, what y'all don't understand is that you have SSDs in your PlayStation 5. I'm using it as a comparison because that's what all the hoopla is about. These whiz kids at Microsoft are turning their SSDs into virtual memory. Yeah, that's a little over your head, right? Because Microsoft is always about new technology, always doing something innovative, right? Microsoft with the cloud now in Azure,
Talk
stuff
to
don't
him.
gotta work off of the system.
Talk
Stuff
to
don't
him.
gotta work off of the system. Like, let me keep it real. The system is a bread box. I mean, not to diss it, but it's really a shell between Azure, between series velocity, between a lot of things helping that system. Now, the system works as far as the graphical processing unit and the central processing unit. For those that are slow, GPU and CPU, right? So basically, it's like, okay, that's going to be worked. And then, all the bells and whistles. But between Xbox Live, Game Pass, and everything done in the cloud, your dashboard is your operation system, whatever the new dashboard going to be. But there's no compromises on the Series X.
Right.
It's so funny how people want to make the Series X sound weaker, this and that. And it's like, man, even real journalists, because it's like, okay, show you 13 games that you pretty much never seen before.
Exactly.
But that's not what we wanted. We wanted a tech
Right. It
demo,
sound like a
like how they
it sound like a
they
joke.
did. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Ladies and
Like
gentlemen,
how
ladies and
like I'm
gentlemen,
here. I'm here.
ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen. Great introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, the general's on fire right now, and I'm getting this hyped up. General, you on fire right now. Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm
boys and
trying,
girls,
man.
first, second, third, fourth, fifth cousins, grandma, grandpas, your aunties, your uncles, your cats, your dogs, everybody in the ocean, in the wilderness, in the deserts, all across the universe, up in the heavens, all y'all, whoever you may be, wherever you may be at, thank you for tuning in to the mighty, mighty, truest, trillest Xbox platform called Di-RREC Gaming. This is the new legal. And I'm here with my man, the General Johnson. He's just going in straight facts, straight fire, man. Thank you for that powerful introduction, bro, because you on fire. You already got the mic. Yo, the General didn't even, I couldn't even give the General a mic. He took the mic behind my back. I didn't even know he took it, y'all. He took it. Hey, man, I want to say,
Snatchies.
I want to say, man, you on fire, brother. Thank you for bringing the energy. Keep going because, man, we're here to hear what you got to say, brother. Keep going. You guys, welcome once again. This is Di-RREC Gaming.
Yeah. So as I was just saying, you know, my whole thing is that uh, there's a lot of narrative, and a lot of that narrative is going to be broken July. Me personally, as an Xbox fan, I think July is a little too late, but I understand with COVID-19, you got to make some exceptions. You know what I'm saying? Um, Even if it got pushed past July, Microsoft wants to make their first impression absolutely fantastic with their first party. Uh, a lot of people didn't understand May 7th. Those are their partners, and like my man New Legal said, those weren't even AAA games, man. They were
Nope.
just, double A's, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? It was like they wanted to give them the shine. That's what they wanted to do. They
That's
wanted to
right.
give them the shine. And it's like, man, yo, like sometimes people don't think, man, because I think they get so caught up in the hype, man. I really think they get so caught up in the hype, and I don't think they literally think, man. It shows because a lot of y'all don't beat y'all games, man. It really don't. So what I'm saying is basically is that for Xbox fans, we got a show coming in June, right?
Right.
We got a show coming in June. Um, yeah, we got a show coming in June, and that's gonna be more like platforms and services and things of that nature. And then we got a show, you know what I'm saying, basically in July, which is all first party. And that's really the main mecca where everybody want to see. Because let's keep it real, um, uh, nobody's gonna give Microsoft a break until you see the first party games and see what the system really can do. I think Phil Spencer and Aaron and Matty B, or Matt Booty, I call him Matty B. Um, Basically, that's what it is. Until that happens, man, like really nobody's gonna like stop with this narrative. So off rip, Halo has got to be next level. If you went for a new graphic engine and you spent all this money, it's got to be next level. For Bonnie to come out from 343 and put that tweet out, she's ready to go, man. She's ready to go.
Right.
She's ready to do this show. You know what I'm saying? And I think Xbox fans, they need to stop following the hype, man. You got to understand this company, they took it on the chin with a lot of things. Now they're gonna make sure that it's right. They built a hell of a monster, man. As far as the system, they built a monster. This thing is more powerful than PCs that people got right now. I'm talking like $2,000, $3,000 PCs, right? But what Microsoft got to do at that July show, they got to show it, baby. That's it. As an Xbox fan, take the gloves off. You got to show it. Enough is enough. You got to show it. You got to show it. That day, you got to show your first party off. You got to really show like, yo, y'all been talking a lot of smoke. Nah, this is where it's at. You know what I mean? So that's what I want as an Xbox fan. But just, a lot of the narrative, man, I just wanted to get at that. And I wanted to just, take over that and just, the series velocity engine is going to be serious. Also with VSS, with the, as far as on the Xbox Series X, how it's going to focus on graphical things that make sense. If I'm playing a racing game, I don't need to see the mountains, bro. I don't need to see the
Right.
birds.
Right.
I need the graphical processor unit to be on the car, the road, the other cars. I guess maybe the details as far as the side of the road and things like that. Weather, all type of stuff like that. So that's what I'm saying, man. Like Xbox fans, we have a lot to be excited about. You know what I mean? I'm tired of seeing videos where it's like, yo, Xbox fans are nervous or my God, Sony did it again. Like this whole BS WWE, trying to pit everybody against each other. I think me and New Legal understand, man. Just enjoy what you got, bro. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I wonder, how would y'all feel if there was a world with no games? A lot of y'all would commit suicide, man. Y'all probably wouldn't even know how to function. You know what I mean? And on top of that, man, I just think cats need to give, developers a lot more credit, man, because
Right.
this ain't easy what they do, man. This ain't easy. This is not easy what they do, man. When you get masterpieces, man, like how these games are, brother. It's not easy what they do, man. It's just not easy what they do, and they
Right.
need more credit, man. They need more credit, and that's on Microsoft team too, man. Like, I hate when gamers say, "Oh, lazy developers," or, because the game is not your genre. Oh, it's trash, whatever. It's like, bro, like I'm playing that Minecraft Dungeons, man.
Right.
That got my attention. You know what I'm saying? When the whatchamacallit came out, the trailer and all that, and then they showed the ray tracing and what it's gonna look like on the Series X. So I'm playing, Minecraft Dungeons, and I
And
never
don't
played a
forget
Minecraft game in my life.
exactly. And don't forget Grounded, man. Don't forget Grounded.
Yeah, Grounded. I was about to say that too. Grounded. Yeah.
Yep.
And let me say about Grounded, man. Let me say something to Xbox gamers, man. Let me say something to y'all, man, because y'all think y'all forgot. Xbox gamers, hardcore gamers, this for you. There was a point when you was a kid and you played video games.
Right,
Don't
man.
forget that.
Right.
Grounded is for kids. It's for kids. It's for kids, and parents are gonna play with their kids. Let me
Right.
say this: if Grounded sells like Fortnite or become the next Fortnite, I'm coming on here to run my mouth.
Yes, sir.
Woo!
Yes,
I'm
sir.
coming on here to run my mouth. Too many times, Xbox gamers, because it's not a AAA game, they doubt everything. And it's
Right.
really whack and it's stupid because the one thing Microsoft do, man, this is BS. The one thing Microsoft do, basically, is, they make games for everybody, man.
Right.
They make
And
games
I
for everybody.
and I'm glad you
And
said that, man.
yeah,
No,
people don't really they don't understand that notion. They make games
no.
for everybody, man.
Right. And I'm glad you said that because I honestly believe, man, we're in a time where games, new games need to come out.
Hmm.
I think
They do.
we're in a time where new IPs, new ideas, and things like that need to come out. And I'm
Yeah.
starting to think that this is what's happening, man. We're getting stale with all the same sequels over and over and over and over again. There's some that
Oh,
just don't even need to come out anymore. Like take a
yeah. That
break for a
conversation
minute.
you had with John Icon. Yeah, I agree with you on that, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, man. Shout out to John Icon, man. John the Icon was a
Yeah. Shout out
beast,
to
man, the
John
other day.
Icon, man.
Was
Yeah.
a beast the other day, and I know the general wants you on the show, man. He wants you back. So yeah, man,
I love that
nothing but
podcast,
respect.
man.
Nothing but
Three
respect.
three hours, 3 hours to 42 minutes, and it got me through Yakuza Kiwami, man. Loved it. Yeah, loved
Yeah, man.
it.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, man, it's like,
I'm
man,
with
we
you.
need new
I'm with you on that.
IPs, man. We need some,
Hmm.
like, yo, we used to, I'm taking cats back, man, but real gamers know what I'm talking about, man. Yo, we used to get excited, man, man, before E3 came out, man, we used to get our Nintendo Powers and our little gaming magazines, man. We used to ride our bikes to the store. We was excited when we saw a new IP, man, or a new
Facts.
character, man. It's like, yo, I swear, and I hate to say this, I think the gaming industry listens to the casual too much and
Yeah.
forgets about the hardcore gamer, man.
Right.
It's
Way
like,
too
yo,
much.
I,
Way too much.
yeah, I'm sorry, bro. Like, I might piss people off with this. I don't need another Tomb Raider, bro. I
Right.
don't. I didn't play so many adventures with her. Even the reboots were fantastic. And I'll probably play them again on Series X because they're going to look that much better. You know what I'm saying? And feel that much better. But yo, we need some new heroes. We need some new worlds. We need some, you know what I'm saying? Some new
That's right.
weapons.
Just some
We
great
need,
overall great games, man.
yeah, man. Like, yo, even if you bring Ninja Gaiden back, bring it back like it's 2020. You know what I'm saying? Make a
Right.
modern day story. And Ninja Gaiden is needed right now, yo.
It
'Cause
is,
let me
man.
let me run my mouth, man.
Run it,
And let me
man.
tell you something, man. Yeah, let me get on my ish. Yo, man, not hating. Real talk. I'm so tired of all these Dark Soul clones and everything, bro. I want some fast action. I want
Exactly,
some
man.
fast action, man. That's what we built on. I want
Right.
some fast action. You know what I mean? Like the stuff they doing, Ghost of Tsushima. Hey, man, if it's for you, God bless you. It's too slow. I
Right.
need to be able to chop, 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 chop somebody,
Right.
man. Like,
Right.
I want to fight a dragon. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
yo, man, like, what is we doing, man? And I blame Dark Souls for that, man, because Dark Souls became this phenomenon culture of, oh, well, I died 99 times. Love
Right.
it. Yo, bro, I can't deal.
Right.
I can't deal. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
man.
And it's like I was telling New Legal, man, like, I found a new series I love, Yakuza. It really is Final Fantasy meets a Bruce Lee a Bruce Lee movie. It's like, yo, the action that I love in games, man, Sega gave it to me. I'm talking about my hands are sweating. I'm
Right.
talking about like, yo, I really got to sit here and calculate how I beat this boss and,
Right.
and, and all these things, man. And just the fury of action, man. Story is nuts. I mean, like series stories, like
Right.
like a real soap opera, but with real life, real life issues and characters. And I'm gonna just say it. I think Yakuza got some of the best voice acting I've ever seen in a game, bro. Ever, bro.
Yeah, it's some
Ever.
good
Like
voice acting.
it's just insane how good, you know what I'm saying, the voice acting is, man. Like, yo, it's crazy. You know what I mean?
Right.
So my whole thing is like, man, like I just think that games just need to be more innovative, man. You know what I mean? I
Right.
remember the first time we played Mass Effect. I didn't know what that was. I was like, yo, this. I said the controls a little shoddy, but this story is good. And me being a Star Wars fan, I'm like, I'm gonna play this. And the game, it was exclusive to Microsoft, and then it went to every other system. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
like almost like, yo, companies are afraid to take a chance, man. Take a chance, you know what I'm saying? As
Right.
far as what, could be. And it's like, man, I need y'all to take some chances, man. I need y'all to really, y'all don't care. Give me a fairy, yo, a fairy, and she got machine guns on her wings, man, and she got two swords. Like, can we, can we get past Zelda? Like, yo, do something different, man. Just do
Feel you, man.
something
I feel you.
different.
Be more, just be
Can
a
I get
little bit
another
more
fight
creative.
night?
Yeah,
Yeah, can I get another
exactly.
fight night, bro?
Yeah,
I
if we
mean,
need, right, if we
we love
need something, we
boxing.
need something like that, right? Something. I feel you.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, man, like, yo, like, come on, bro. Like, just give me an absolute, you know what I'm saying, something different, man. Like, reinvent the role playing game, man. Reinvent the role playing game. Like, maybe it don't gotta be 100 hours, man.
Right.
Maybe you make a good 40-hour campaign with extreme action. And let me say this, because I guess you can call me a noob to these things, but I hated this in God of War for PlayStation. I don't care how anybody feel. Go get a box of tissue. My whole thing is this: can you make the level up system kind of easier? If I understand how to level up, man, it would make me get more into the game. Just the idea, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you wanna level up, and you wanna your customization, you want it to be all difficult. It's like, no, because if I don't understand what I'm doing, and I'm not the only one that said this about a horrible level up system, horrible, right? It's like,
Right.
yo, can we just, you know what I mean, just dumb it down? Like, everybody is not a Elder Scrolls person.
Right.
Everybody's not an Elder Scrolls person, man. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like, yo, my whole thing is just, you know, innovation, man. Innovation, man. We need innovation, man. We
Man,
really need
the general
innovation.
rocking hard on that mixer, man. Respect, salute to the general. Yo, they hearing you,
Yeah,
fam.
man.
It's he's
Yeah,
right,
we
man. I
just
mean,
need innovation.
we're at a point, man. We're going into a new generation, right? And since we're going into a new generation, it's funny because hey, anything Xbox does first, we already know it's gonna be criticized, it's gonna be laughed at, just off the principle because Xbox did it first. Now that we got what,
Yep.
we got what? Shoot, man, 12 games shown, 7 official. Like it's it's crazy how Microsoft came out and showed that they got the support. And then they expanded that, right? Let us know that there's 150 studios out here that are giving it support.
Studios, yep.
Yup, to the Xbox Series X. So the future investment in the Xbox Series X is set. All we want now is to see some magic coming out of those first party studios. Because listen, as much as I've been talking about, hey, the
16
exclusive,
of them.
right, right. As much as I've been talking about the exclusivity isn't where a system lives and dies at. There's a
Yep.
difference when you talk about Microsoft. At this point, Microsoft, with all their capabilities, is the reason why now I'm saying exclusive games on Xbox is essential. Because there's things that Microsoft has and their technology that they got and it's implemented into their system that has to be shown. We can no longer go year after year and be using bits and pieces because we've already been there. We've been there with the bits and pieces of these technologies. What we need now is the maturity set of it. You need to make people believe and feel like now there is no better feeling but to own the Xbox console. There's nothing wrong with feeling that way. They made it feel like if you feel that certain way about Xbox, it's a horrible thing. How dare you feel that way when you got all these other consoles out here? They got Xbox fans feeling that way. But you ain't got to worry
Yep.
about that. You shouldn't feel that way. If you like the console that you represent, go after it. The only thing I have to say to Microsoft is this. You have shown third party support. You have shown indies. You have shown AA games, right? You now, when you bust out and show these first party studio games, they have to be set apart. There can no longer be this, well, we don't have all the tech in it yet. We was not able to, do this and do that, but we did this and did that. You have to show why the games now on Xbox are different. It has to go back to that 360 day. I'm sorry, it just does, man. because the industry is not going to move with Microsoft. It just isn't. You have to
Thank you.
make people believe it. So it's going back to the 360 days with that little box where it said only on Xbox. When you saw that little box, you knew when you got that game you was going to have something to be proud about. And I'm not saying that it has to be every single time, but this time around, General, it's important. The exclusive games from Microsoft is important because there's too
But you know,
much tech
Phil
talk
knows that.
that went into this.
Yeah.
There's too much tech
Yeah,
talk,
Phil
man.
knows that.
Yeah, don't give me tech talk
Yeah.
and then you're not putting it into your games. Like we don't want to hear that now. We want to see these devs who are built into the company who can utilize this stuff just because there may be outside devs who don't. So then what are you going to do? You're just going to let
Exactly.
the outside devs trap you? You're going to let them trap. Look, we already got it now to where they thinking, oh, Valhalla can't run up to 60, man. It can't run 60 frames per second. Why? Because what happened? Came out and then they made a claim that it's at 30 frames per second minimum. So that's all it took was these idiots that don't know what minimum means to start yapping their mouth, and now you have it already out there in the streets. Now the Xbox Series X is doubtful. Oh, it may not be worth switching over now if it's only going to run. See what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but
And that's all they needed.
yeah,
They just needed
yeah,
that
but
little
new
crack
legal.
just to run off with that stupidity, man. That's all they needed.
Yeah, but new legal. A Cracker Jack box understands that hey, if it's gonna be 30 frames on Series X, what you think it's gonna be on the PS5?
That's
Like, what
right.
do you think it's gonna be? It's gonna be the same. That's Ubi. Yo, real talk. That's Ubisoft fault. You know what I mean? Because
That's right.
they the one that put that narrative out there, and it's like, man, yo, like, what are you doing? Like, if I'm Microsoft,
Right.
I get it. You can't tell a developer what to do because they
Right.
want to focus on the graphical prowess. You know what I mean? They want to focus on the graphical prowess. But I mean, hey, look, I can't front, man. If I'm buying a new system, and we talking about Dirt 5 doing 120 frames per second, second extinction. That was the game with the dinosaurs and the multiplayer, the co-op, and you shooting all the dinosaurs and trying to say planet Earth. If that can hit 120 frames per second, I understand why people look at Assassin's Creed like, well, what kind of BS is this? I understand, but that's on Ubisoft, man.
Right. Yeah, it is. How you representing a next generational console with that, man? That's where I
Exactly,
was
man.
like,
Exactly, man.
that didn't make no
Exactly.
sense, man. That right there didn't make no sense unless that was just because they bum rushed them in, they had to say something, and they just let it be known that hey, man, it's going to be the minimum, and people can run with it all you want to, and it's a setup. If it's a setup, beautiful, beautiful. I never saw it coming, and if it is, it's going to shut a whole lot of people up.
I tell you what, man. There's a reason why the first live demo of gameplay is going to be on Ubisoft show. They already came out and said they're doing this show July 10th, something like that. So
Right.
July to me is going to be that E3 feel where we see a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, you know, my whole thing is like, if you got the power, use it. It doesn't make sense, bro. It just don't make sense. If you got the power, use it.
Right. Yeah,
Use it.
that's it. Makes
Maybe
no sense.
maybe
Right. I'm with you.
at least in combat. At least in combat, and when you fighting bosses, make it 60 frames, yo. You can do
Right.
that. There's a way to do that. And when I'm on horseback or I'm in boats and all that, then cool, make it 30 frames. The power is there to do it.
You're right, man. I don't see why um, you wouldn't. That's my thing.
Yeah.
I don't see why anybody wouldn't want to utilize that. And now that's going to be the thing, man. We're going to have to watch and see how this pans out because, man, I'm telling you right now. And you know what? Listen, it's going to sell. That's the thing, man. It's going to
Mm-hmm.
sell. But I'm telling you
Mm-hmm.
right now, it is going to be criticized, man. Because if this thing can come out and do 60 on PC, if they even go there, yeah, man, it's
Yep.
gonna be some kind of talk, man. Because if it can do that, man, the Series X shouldn't have had no problems. It shouldn't have
Here's
had
the
no
thing that I
problems at
want
all.
y'all. Yeah. here's the thing that I'm waiting for. This new Batman game comes out, Quarter Hours, whatever they're talking about, by Warner Brothers. I forgot if it was who was Montreal, the ones that did Batman Origins, right? They're supposed to
Right.
do a new Batman game.
Right.
If that game is 60 frames per second, Ubisoft looks like fools, bro.
Right.
Like for real. If Batman is running at 60 frames per second, then yeah, Ubisoft just looked like, well, they just got comfortable and they want to make it safe across all platforms. Because look, I understand you got a base that's already out there with the Xbox One and the PS4. I get that, but bro, people are gonna get these systems home, right? And just for newsflash, I think the Series X launches when Cyberpunk comes out. So that's the general's little future tidbit. I
It
think the
could.
Series X it launches in September because to me, as far as Microsoft, it makes no sense that you have the marketing deal and you have Cyberpunk 2000. Cyberpunk, the new Cyberpunk. It doesn't make any sense that that new hardware, as far as the Series X, is not out there. So, and rumors, right? I mean, you know, as what it is. Supposedly, the PS5 is launching in October. I think Microsoft will want to get the jump on Sony. I don't think Microsoft will want to launch the same month as Sony. I think they want to get the jump on them. So that's just my little thing. I think Series X comes out when the Cyberpunk drops. So, but yeah, man, it's like, you know, and I get it. Certain games they're gonna get the update, you know, the like they say the smart delivery, and maybe that's what it's about. You know what I mean? But you know, look, we gamers, man, right? We pay money. We trying to see the next level of what it's going to be. We want to see it. Like we got patience, but we kind of want to be wow, like whoa, I can do that on my One X, or yo, I never seen it like that before. You know what I'm saying? That's the reaction that we want.
Yeah, you're right, man. You are exactly right.
Yeah,
It's not even making
yeah,
any
man.
sense, man. I don't get it. And we go through this every single time with Xbox, right? It's
Every
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 time
generation, yep.
Microsoft can pull something off. It's like the devs want to be slow on stuff. Listen, man, I understand the 30 frames per second, but we wasn't even like some consoles wasn't even hitting that, man, on a steady.
Exactly.
Some wasn't even
Yeah, keep
hitting
it
that
real.
on a steady,
25,
man. Yeah.
25. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, it
So
was
why would I
chubby.
sit up here?
It was
Right. Why
chubby.
would I sit up here and wish for something that's gonna give me stabilized 30 when that's just a few frames up? Like, why would I want to go with that and not go with the company that's really trying to push forward and make gaming more smooth and more seamless? Like,
Hmm.
that's where I'm at, man. So that's why I'm saying the exclusivity with Xbox has to happen. It's not because they don't want nobody else playing these games. It's not that. It's bigger
No.
than that, right? It's where
Yeah,
Microsoft has to show what they can do and hopefully
exactly.
win people over. That's a damn shame that has to happen like that.
But let me say something though about that though, right? I understand it's a business. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? But let's just keep it real, man. Microsoft got to excite their fan base. Would you agree?
You're right.
They got to excite their fan base before we try to get PlayStation dudes to turn back to Xbox and try to get some Nintendo dudes to come over for Grounded and who knows, you know, maybe we getting Super Lucky Tales 2 and it's
Right.
bigger and better than Mario Odyssey. Whatever's going on behind the scenes.
Right.
You got to get hardcore cats like me and New Legal and John Icon and United Cast. You know what I'm saying? A lot of other cats, man. A lot of other Sega Forever, Chris, you know, he bought. You got to get them cats excited, bro. Now what happens is when you get the hardcore excited, now we gonna run our mouth. Now
Right.
we gonna talk all day. We gonna hype it up. We're their promotion.
Right.
But you gotta get us excited, man. You gotta get us ready to, yo, you know what I'm saying? I know y'all gonna laugh, but what? I got my stimulus check. Let me take
Right.
500 and put it aside for the Series X. You gotta get us like that, man, because no gamer wants to get a system that doesn't feel like a jump. It doesn't feel like, yo, I okay, oh, so I gotta wait 2-3 years to
Right.
really, see what this can do. Nah, because that game on launch day, Halo, new engine, all, built from the ground up for 343.
Right.
It should be jaws dropping, man. It should be jaws dropping as far as that should be the game to show what the Series X can do. But it's like
Right.
you gotta get us excited, man. Us excited. It hurt me when I heard the backlash for Gears 5 and stuff like that. And you know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, then you hear, Rob, he left the company. He went to, Blizzard because he want to work on Diablo, the new Diablo that's coming out and everything. Supposedly Diablo is his favorite game in the world. So look, that's his dream job. Okay, so be it. My whole thing is, I've been said it, and they're doing it too. Microsoft need new IPs, new franchises, new characters. They need new worlds that you as a gamer want to go into. They already got the pillars, which is Halo, Gears, Forza, you know what I'm saying, blah, blah, blah. The, and I'll say this. It's easy to make a Forza Horizon 5
Right.
because, yo, you know what I'm saying? You're just making another great racing game. Put it in another area. Maybe you're doing some new customations. Maybe you put it in Tokyo or Japan or do something different, right?
Right.
But, bro, it's really hard to make a Gear 6. It's really hard to make a Halo
Right.
Infinite
Right.
because I had wrote this on in the comments. I was listening to a podcast and I wrote this statement and I'm gonna say it and it's really true. I said it's never gonna be good enough for Microsoft, yo. It's
No.
never gonna be good enough because people already have it in their mind two things. One, by me talking about Xbox gets my views up. A lot of former Xbox people that praised Xbox and had Xbox channels, Crap Gamer, Mooch, I can name a couple of them, right? They're now strictly PlayStation dudes, right? So they did that because they got tired of basically being made fun of or, they're content creators. They want to get their numbers up. Two, right? Two is basically, it's the simple fact of Microsoft has to prove themselves with their first party. Until you get the IGNs and all these cats raving about what they saw in July, that's when the narrative is going to change, right? But it's never going to be good enough because, yo, unfortunately, in this culture, this narcissistic culture that we're living in as gamers, it's just cool to make fun of Xbox.
Right.
Until Xbox makes something like, yo, I
Right.
gotta get an Xbox.
You're
That
right.
look crazy.
You're
And
right.
yo, it's nothing against Phil. It's nothing against Aaron. It's nothing against Matt B. It's nothing against Bonnie. It's nothing against none of these great people, right? It's just, yo, y'all have to come with it. Y'all have to really, like the Avengers, come with it because y'all came with it with Xbox, the OG Xbox. Y'all came with it with the 360. You know what I mean? I thought the launch for Xbox One was really good with Rise and Sunset Overdrive. So they're gonna do it again, but I think they just gotta do it on a bigger scale. If you do that, you can take back half of the market. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And that's all you want is half of the market. Because the rest of the generation, you just chip away.
Yeah, you
I'm
just chip
telling you, and
away.
I've been telling
That's
Xbox.
that's so
Yeah,
true.
I've been telling Xbox gamers since day one, since this show started. Even when I was messing with dudes on Facebook and we was getting into our little spats, Xbox needs new IPs. People got tired of me saying that, but they really do, and they understand it because they got 16 companies, man, 16, and now Game Pass is the future, yo. Like it really is. Like that's Microsoft, whether you figured or
I-
not, have figured out or not, they want to be the Netflix of gaming.
I'm glad
That's
you said
exactly
that
what they
Game
want
Pass,
to be.
man, because that Game Pass just
Yeah,
that news came out about 23 million added by way of friends. That's incredible, man. That means the streets is talking. 23 more million has been added to Game Pass because of friends, man. That's crazy.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. You know what I mean? So it's like, my whole thing is very simple. It's a simple fact of um Microsoft, just take the gloves off, go for it, man. I guess like Vince McMahon was saying wrestling, go for the brass ring, man. You know what I mean? Go
They
for it,
have to,
man. Just
man.
all out. You have to, because you're talking, like you said, New Legal, and you're absolutely right. The tech talk is nice, right? Having all this
Time to
power,
see it.
you gotta
Right.
show it to people.
Gotta
You
show it
gotta show
now.
it to people. You gotta
That's
show it
it.
now, man. You gotta show it to people. And it's like, man, you know, and the thing is, whether we like it or not, you know, I think Phil and them know, like, and don't get me wrong, the COVID-19 makes a big difference, man. It makes a big difference, man, because it really stopped production on a lot of things that they were working on, and now cats got to work from home. And by listening to developers and, like poking my nose in certain, like, corners or articles and stuff online, it's not the easiest thing in the world to do. Matter of fact, it is so hard to put together a gameplay demo from home. They
Right.
could easily knock it out in the studio. You know what I'm saying? Like Phil said, a lot of the motion. He actually came out in an article recently. A lot of the motion cap hasn't been done for certain games. So it's like, yo, because of basically of COVID-19. So it's like, yo, my whole thing is show what you got, and presentation is everything. I don't care. You can give me 5 minutes of gameplay and talk about, the game. Cool. You know what I mean? Because I understand it's not easy right now, yo. It's
Right.
just not easy right now. You know what I mean? And I think gamers, we unfortunately, because this is E3 time, and I think for gamers, it's a shock that it's no E3. People are usually ready to jump on, the plane and go out to, whatever, LA and stuff like that. But my whole thing is like, yo, we gotta kind of be patient with these cats, man, because, yo, bro, like, it's not easy for these cats, man. It's just not easy for these cats. These cats,
It's
man,
not,
they
man.
they really trying to do their best, man. They're really trying to do their best, and it's like, yo, what can you do? It's like if
Especially
you
when you
was a
see it.
developer,
Right. Especially when you
yeah,
see that they are.
you
When you see that they're trying to do their best, there's a difference. When you see devs going against the grain and they really not trying to hear what their fans are saying, not trying to help, because that's what we do, right? We try to help
yeah,
these devs, man.
exactly. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, my whole thing is like, just enjoy gaming. Like, I bought Hunter World, which is really good. I bought this other game called Fury Fear, which is pretty cool. And then I bought Saints Row Remastered, which is really good. You know what I'm saying? If you love the Saints Row, it's like, man, you gotta like enjoy what you got, man. You know what I mean? And on top of that, this is an industry, man. You gotta support gaming, man. You know what I mean? And these cats now, they need your dollar more than ever because, yo, it's a freeze on a lot of stuff. Like, I don't know if you've been on Xbox like that, New Legal, but there's all type of sales. Have you noticed that?
All types, man.
All type of sales, super blockbuster saver sales. They had a big sale on the getting the movies, right? You can get like the box sets or you can get the bundles. Man, I took advantage of that, man. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? I took advantage of that. And the cool
Man,
thing
yeah.
about Microsoft is everything, yeah, everything you do, you get Microsoft points for it.
That's right.
So
The
I
Microsoft
already
reward
said,
points ain't no joke, bro. I'm almost at
yeah, I said
200,000 of
it.
them bad boys, man.
Yeah, I'm at 60 something thousand. That's the highest I've ever been. But I
Right.
said to myself, I'm not spending no points until that system is almost out because pretty much all them points gonna buy all my third party stuff,
There you go, man.
the Assassin's
There you go.
Creeds and stuff like that. So Microsoft, to me, they're very consumer friendly, but it's just the first party, man. You know what I mean? And it's like I understand Phil taking all month to do this and that, and then you got a show in June. Unfortunately, what you showed in May didn't satisfy people, so they're gonna
Right.
turn into June. Me
Right. Showing
personally,
right.
I was
Showing
so
games didn't impress people.
something, man.
Showing games.
Yeah, I was so something impressive, yo.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
I was, you know what? I would show some more games, man. But
Yeah.
maybe 2 games is gameplay, and then talk about Xbox Game Pass. If you're gonna show off Lockhart, whatever it's gonna be, and then and just tease it like, yo, we'll see you in July. Tease it, man.
You're right.
Hellblade's gonna be awesome. Halo Infinite, really get people excited, because unfortunately, man, yo, the game has become the media. Right
You're
now,
right.
the prisoners run the asylum, and
You're
it's like,
right.
man, yo, like, what do you do if you're a gaming company? It's like I was telling somebody, a friend of mine. I said it's 2020. I said Mario can't get like a paintball gun and shoot balls. Like, come on, man. Like, you're doing the same thing when I was a kid. Like, it's like, come on, man. Like, stuff got to
It
evolve,
works,
man.
man. Nintendo.
Stuff.
Hey, man, look. You know what Nintendo
No, it
has
worked.
done,
I'm
man.
about to say that.
You
I'm
know,
about to say that. It
Nintendo
worked.
has remained the Sesame Street. It has remained the
They
Sesame
have.
Street. So
They
they
have. You know, a
capitalize
lot
on
of people
knowing.
gonna get mad.
Yeah,
People
they
gonna get mad you
capitalize.
saying that, but you know.
They have. They've capitalized
Yeah.
on knowing that hey, we are here for the kids. I don't
Yep.
take Nintendo serious at all, man. Look, there's some games on Nintendo. If they did them right, I'm buying another Nintendo. I did buy all the Wii's. I did buy the Switch. The Switch has let me down the most. Okay? The Switch let me down the most. And man, I just couldn't believe the lack of no games. And then the games that I wanted, that I thought they had enough time to do, they never did. So
I saw a lot of Nintendo fans, not to cut you off, I saw a lot of Nintendo fans watching that Unreal Engine 5 demo or whatever was on the Summerfest thing. So many comments. Oh my God, is this coming to the Switch? Is this coming
right,
to the Switch? No, it's not coming to the Switch. The Switch can't
right.
do Unreal Engine 5. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what people get duped. It's like, yo, you got a retro console. Like, that's what it is. Like, they know they can't play the power game. Nintendo doesn't want to play the power game. You know what I mean? So, you know, and look, Nintendo got their fans. When I heard Animal Crossing has already sold, the game just came out, my God, a couple of weeks ago. The game sold almost 10 to 12 million copies, man. Hey, bro, they doing something right.
You're right. They did something right, man.
Yeah.
They did something right.
So you know what I mean? It's just that I think as Xbox fans, we just want that feeling that we had when we turned on Ninja Gate and Black, yo. We want that feeling when we turned on our Xbox and we realized, and you talked about it too, because it was a real moment for me. When you realized that your joint had a hard drive, mind blowing, yo. Mind blowing. You have a hard drive, yo. A
That's right.
hard drive. Like, and
That's
then
right.
on top of that, the stuff we used to do, you know, burning CDs, basically downloading CDs to our soundtracks. So cool. I'm listening to Nas while I'm playing Grand Theft Auto, or I'm
Right.
playing, you know, Splinter Cell or something like that. It's just the fact that Microsoft has always been the company to shake it up. And they shook it up with Game Pass. I
They did.
can't wait to see what they
They
do in
did.
July, man. I think July is going to be big. I think it's going to be a real summer blockbuster. I think they tired of the negative
Should.
narrative.
Yep.
You know what I mean? They paint it into a corner.
I
It's
like how
like,
you
you
said
know,
summer blockbuster, man. That's beautiful.
yeah,
I love how you said
yeah. I
that.
think July is a summer
The
blockbuster,
summer's
man.
hot,
Like,
baby.
yeah, yeah. So, you know what I mean? So it's like, I just think that, I think people forget what Microsoft has done for this industry as far as DLC. That didn't come from
Yeah.
Sony. That came from
No.
Microsoft. Downloadable content. That was birthed on the 360.
Yes.
Gamers talking online in chat
That's
rooms. That was
facts, man.
360. That wasn't Sony. You know
That's
what I mean?
facts.
Like, I think people forget, man, like how innovative Microsoft are. Real talk, to me, they got the best joystick. And I've owned both systems. So that Xbox joystick is phenomenal, man. Like, and
Right.
then I heard you talk about the Elite too. I gotta get that. But even the one I got now, man, like when I was playing Yakuza, I ain't even feel the joystick in my hand. I felt the
Right.
buttons. Like, it's so on point. So I just think that, you know what I'm saying, as Xbox gamers, we gotta let stuff evolve, man. Like, I know when they show Halo Infinite, it's gonna be a lot of exciting new people. Like, yo, I never played this. This looks crazy. I'm getting an Xbox, and there's gonna be a lot of old school gamers that's gonna be pissed because you're not giving them what they want. I think
Right.
gamers gotta understand stuff gotta evolve, man.
Right.
And I say that all the time, yo. Like, you know, it's funny, and I want to say this while I'm on the show. Do people realize Halo been around since 2001?
Right.
It's 19 years, man.
That's right.
19 years, man. On
Impressive,
top
isn't
of
it?
that, Microsoft, they bought it off of Bungie. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Because they was like, well, yeah, you can leave, but you ain't taking Halo with you.
That's
They
right.
made it very clear. So a lot of people from Bungie stayed with Microsoft, which turns to 343, right? And you got your Halo 4, which is fantastic, yo. They really did a great job on Halo 4. And Halo 5, I liked it. I just felt it wasn't as polished as Halo 4. So my whole thing is a lot of Halo fans, you gotta stop living in 2000, bro. You're not living in your mama house. You're not drinking Mountain Dew. You're not coming home from school. You don't got your Master Chief book bag anymore. You have to let Halo evolve for new gamers. You have
Right.
to.
Right.
Because if you don't, then what's the point of keep making it? What's
Right.
the point of keep making these games and they getting backlash from the fan base?
Look,
Not
he's
from the
right.
haters,
If
from the
if
fan base.
Nintendo, that's right. If Nintendo can make Paper Mario, just do
Yep.
something slightly different and make Paper Mario. And you know what? Paper
Mm-hmm.
Mario is going up against. This is what's so funny, man.
Mm-hmm.
Paper Mario right now is going up against um is it the Ghost of Tsushima?
Mm-hmm.
Now let me tell you something, man.
Paper
If
Mario
that damn
gonna
it's back in the long run anyway.
win.
It's gonna win in the long
It
run,
is.
regardless. Right.
Off bat. Yep.
Off bat. Now, this is what Microsoft sees. They make their
Mm-hmm.
games for the stretch, for the longevity. They don't
Yep.
make their games simply for the 1 month, 2 month, 3 month theory, or even
I'm
the 1 year
still trying to
theory.
complete Forza Horizon 4, man.
Man, that
Exactly.
game is crazy, right? So
Game is
you put
eternal.
in, right? You enjoy. The community keeps accepting you. That's the thing. You keep getting accepted by the community. There's always somebody, especially if they're
Exactly.
trying to challenge you. Especially, and you
Yep.
keep finding yourself going back, sharing these moments. All right, I'm playing another game. Then you find yourself going back, sharing these moments. And
Yeah.
that's the thing about Microsoft and its Xbox games. It has a way to keep drawing you in. And now with that, General, like I said,
Yep.
if they can somehow, while they've mastered that technique,
Yep.
now if they bring forth some excellent, and I mean X, when I say excellent, I mean started off with the letter X, then a hyphen,
Yep.
and then the CELLENT. If they make some excellent first party games, man, because
Yep.
I'm telling you, that's going to be the console seller. It's at the point
It
where
is.
that has to happen. And it's got to be mind blowing to where people say, well, I'll be damned. Microsoft is
Exactly.
exactly what they said they are. When that
Yep.
happens, the general, the people
Yep.
who never given Xbox a chance, let's just say all the doubters. We won't even say the haters, but the doubters. Now you've convicted them. You convicted
Exactly.
them. And now they're saying, you know what? I'm going with Microsoft. And then when you utilize and you showcase all the ramifications, right, of
Yep.
having it, and I mean of having it, and you see that, damn man, the back compatibility, their catalog is sick. Man, look at
Yep.
this. Look at their current. It's sick. Look at their indie games. It's sick, man. We got indie games looking like third, first party games, man. It's just mind blowing. It's just mind
Yep.
blowing. We haven't even seen this hardware real time ray tracing yet in these games. We haven't seen this virtual power yet in these games, but we are. And
Yep.
and the only studio that I can see to push that forward and make that real is the Microsoft Studio right now. And I'm here to tell you right now,
Thank you.
man, Cyberpunk 2077, man, is going to set it off. I'm so glad Project CD Red is backing up for Microsoft. I'm so glad Madden 21 is backing up for Microsoft. Microsoft has all the big ducks, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
They got all the big
You're absolutely
ducks.
right.
They got them.
You're
And you
right.
know what, man? They're not worrying about it, man, because that's what's making me. When I see that Microsoft is confident, it as
Yeah,
an
that's a
Xbox
good
fan,
thing.
it did right.
Yeah.
It did something to me because I'm like, you know what? they're not tripping anymore. Like they really are like,
Nah.
we're bold, man. That only tells me that there's something, man, that they got that they know it's just a definite win.
Exactly.
They have to
I think
know
it's
this.
Halo. I think it's Halo,
Man,
or Fable, or it's some game we never seen before.
right.
I really think it's those three. You know what I'm saying? I really think it's those three. But like I told people, man, Microsoft got the best racing game, man. They got the best racing game. Yo, you ain't beating Forza Horizon right now. Period. You know what I'm saying? As far as like, yo, this is what it is. Like on some casual fun racing. Oh man, Forza Horizon is just it's just absolutely legendary, man. Right? But you let Microsoft make that single player AAA adventure,
Right.
bruh, they're gonna hurt a lot of people's feelings, man. A lot of people's feelings.
They are, man. What
Yeah.
about that? What
And
about
now
that?
they
If
working
that
on
rumor,
role
that
playing
fable,
games.
man, and I'm telling you, they listen. There's a couple of games, man, that are left in the Microsoft
Yeah.
catalog that can just destroy.
Yep.
We are hungry for our own RPG. We are hungry for that next big thing,
Yeah.
and we need that next
Yeah.
big sequel, man. We need it. That's why I agree with you. That's why I agree with you with the Halo. The Halos is it's 343's pinnacle, right? There's no more
Yeah.
room for any kind of hiccups. There's no
Nah.
more room for it. Like that.
There's no room
Look at
for it, man.
General man
It's too
when you
much
said
money.
this stuff.
Too
There's
much
too
money
much
being spent,
money.
man.
There's no more
Yeah.
room, and that's what's making me think, man. There's something going on here. Like
Yeah.
the way things are adding up, it just seems like, man. And like if we can see it, damn well Microsoft can see it.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly. You know what I
damn
mean?
well
So it's like,
Microsoft can see it.
yeah. Exactly. You know what I mean? It's just a simple fact of, man, like, you know, I think that, I know sometimes gamers hate when we say it, but I think sometimes you gotta lower your expectations, man. I think you just gotta
Right.
really chill out. You know what I mean? Like I was listening to this dude. He was talking about how he wants some normalcy when he see Halo. Like he wanted to see Chief and Katana back again. I'm like, how? If you see how Halo 5 ended, that's not how it's gonna happen. So you mean to tell me off bat you're gonna be pissed with the game? I was like, yo, it's a real thing people tell you. You can't please everybody, man. You can't please everybody, man. You really can't.
No, you can't.
So it's like, to me, I heard developers say this: just make a great game and let the chips fall where they may. Just
That's
let it
true.
be undeniable that you made a great game. You know
That's
what I
true.
mean? Like you made a great game. You know,
Yeah,
it's just like, man.
let the gaming experience be by with me, man. I'm ready for the gaming experience to be created by mystery again. I like when devs don't like their games to
Yeah.
be shown early, 3-4
There you
days or a
go.
week up early, and you got all these YouTubers ruining it and want you to come. I like
Yep.
the fact that they give everybody a head start at the same exact time. Hey, boom, and then there you have it. And have you noticed, man, when it's usually like that, how things go? Like a lot of times you
Hmm.
barely hear any of these YouTubers because they're casuals, man. They
They
can't
are
figure
casuals.
it out. They can't figure it out.
Yeah, they're very casual, man. It's like I just think that a lot of gamers now, you know, I keep it real, man. Like right now I'm playing, Saints Row, remastered, but I just beat Yakuza Kiwami too. You know what I mean? Kiwami
Right.
too. It's like a lot of gamers they don't wanna do nothing different, man. I heard a developer say that like that's the problem. Like, yo, the
They're in
publishers
that
see what
comfort
make your
zone.
money, so
Right. They're in that
yeah,
comfort
like
zone.
the new Call of Duty, I'm like, yo, man, like, what is y'all doing, bro? Like, so y'all gonna reboot Black Ops and y'all gonna
Right.
call it Cold War? It's like, come on, man. Like, how many times we gonna keep on doing this thing, man? Like, won't you make Call of Duty modern day to day? You know what I mean?
True.
Like, won't you have dudes fighting amongst this cold, the C virus? Like, bro,
Right.
like, do something we can relate to, man. Like, don't nobody want to keep playing no World War II. But you know what?
Right.
maybe maybe I have to understand they have an audience. Maybe they have an
Right.
audience that, yo, they like the World War II. I know a guy at my job. when I was working. His name was Vinny, and Vinny was just a true Call of Duty fan. You know what I'm saying? Fat,
Right.
kind of pudgy Italian guy, man. And you know, he played all the Call of Duties, man. Played all the Call of Duties without question. So it's like, yo, man, like, they got an audience, you know what I mean? Definitely. But it's like, man, yo, like, y'all getting new hardware, you know what I mean? Like, can y'all do something better? It's
Right.
like, no, we're gonna reboot
If
Black Ops and call it Cold War. Like, come on, man. Like, what is we doing? Like, what is
right.
we doing?
That's why I appreciate. That's why I appreciate the new games that I saw. I appreciate that because man, I don't see anything that reminds me of anything, and that's what true gaming is about. I don't need
Yeah,
to
I told
see
you. I don't.
I don't need to see
Yeah.
the same old type of influences. Look, I don't mind certain games that come out that are daring in their
Mhm.
influence with their dare. But I don't need to see
Yeah.
every game that comes out as an influence game. Like show me that you can actually create a game without the strong influence, without thinking that well because it doesn't do this and it doesn't do that, nobody's gonna play it. So I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that because that's what all the games have and they'll play it. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah. It's just like the PlayStation crowd. I hear them yelling they want a Bloodborne too. Okay. Well, the maker of Bloodborne, that dude, he said he's not doing a Bloodborne too. So what happens? Okay, give it to the B team. Now it's not as good as Bloodborne 1, and y'all pissed. That's the danger you run with making a lot of sequels, man. Maybe Bloodborne was just made to be a one-off. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like, yo, sometimes I think I heard you say this on the show with John Icon, man. I think you said some great games just need to be one game. They don't
That's right.
need a sequel, three, four,
Sometimes.
five, six.
Right.
Yeah, sometimes,
And you
sometimes.
end it. But
But
you know
it's
what?
like,
You end it
yeah,
like that. Everybody can appreciate a proper ending. It's when you don't end the
yeah,
game and the game is just floating around like a rise, like a quantum
yeah,
break. I'm tired of games that
yeah.
end the way they
But
end,
Rise,
and
Rise, unfortunately,
and
yeah,
there's
Rise,
a
unfortunately,
completion. They need a completion to it.
yeah, yeah. Sunset Overdrive, another one, because I heard you
Another
talk
one.
about.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Because the ending on that was bananas. It
Was
was like,
but
oh,
exactly.
I can't wait to part two. And
Exactly.
also, it made me feel as a Microsoft fan, yo, they got a new franchise. This is
That's
crazy.
exactly what happened. That's
So,
right. That's right.
so one thing I give credit to Naughty Dog, and they kind of took the Seinfeld move, you know what I'm saying, from the TV show. You want to leave the party when it's going, when it's rocking. You don't want to be at the party and somebody like, oh, look, it's time to go home, catch an Uber. Y'all got to get up out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, Naughty Dog, they ended Nathan Drake's story, and they ended it well.
Right.
To the point where if they wanted to bring him back, they could, but it's like, yo, they were smart. They wrapped up the whole story in Uncharted 4. You know what I'm saying? I think as gamers, we fall in love with these characters, and we just want another game. It's like, yo, sometimes, I heard Andre 3000 say this, man. It was really deep because it was on an interview with Rick Rubin. He said, man, leave Outkast where it's at, man. You know what I mean? Me and Big Boy don't need to make no new music. We made an incredible legacy. We're not going to be able to do anything now to top that. So let Outkast be in this legacy. You know what I'm saying? And I said, yo, I feel like that with some games. Like, let it be in this legacy, yo. It don't, and I just feel like because it becomes overkill, man. It becomes overkill. Like, can you imagine? This might make you laugh. Can you imagine if we was about to get Spy Hunter 5?
That would be ridiculous.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I mean, go back in the day, right? New Legal. Think about all
Right.
the James Bond movies that we got. Remember all them James Bond games we was getting because EA had the license?
You're right. That would be ridiculous. Spot.
And then, did you play the remake of GoldenEye? Which is terrible.
Yeah,
But because
I didn't play the
fans
remake of
screamed
that.
for it, yeah, fans screamed for it, right? And
Right.
they wanted a you know what I mean, a new GoldenEye. It's like, bro, like, You're not 12 no more. Your friend's house on the weekend. You're a grown man with children.
Right. That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta evolve, and games gotta evolve. And some games just need to be what they are, man.
That's true.
Just let them be what they are. If it's a one-off, it's a one-off. I love Quantum Break. I loved everything about it. I
That's
was
right.
like, yo,
That's right, Ramp.
it's like
Jaws
the
didn't need a
origin.
sequel. That's right.
And I was like,
Right.
yo,
Some
I was like,
things
oh, he
don't
talking
need
about
a
man,
sequel.
talking
Yeah, some things don't need a
about man
sequel.
eater, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But Quantum Break, yo, I was like, this is the most dopest origin story for
Hey,
Time Cop.
you
A
know.
cop that can go through time.
Oh my goodness, man. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
bro. I'm
yeah,
telling you, bro. Talk about
yeah,
originality.
yeah,
Talk about,
yeah.
and that's what I'm talking about, man.
And I think,
People are uncomfortable.
and,
They don't like to play games that they're not familiar with, and that's just too casual for me, man.
but you know what? That's a bad thing as a gamer, man, because you know, it's like music, right? It's like,
Right,
I give you a pure example. I'm a hip hop fan, hardcore hip hop fan. I listen to everything. Maybe not so much now because I'm getting older, but
right,
back then when I was in my teens and in the 20s, I used to scoop everything up. I got laughed at because I had Nate Dogg's solo album. You know what I'm saying?
right, right.
So it's like, yo, you know what I mean? Like, real talk. It's like, but I found an album that changed my life, man. And it was Erica Badu's Baduism. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? I love Baduism, man. Like, that's like my favorite album in the world. You know what I'm saying? It just puts me in a zone, man. That's just a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it was, to me, crafted so beautifully. Now, I can compare that to Yakuza. I don't play a lot of Japanese games. I'm not an anime fan. Don't shoot me. I used to
Right.
be, but I'm not an anime fan, right? That's not me. I'm not a dude who's Dragon Ball Z and Goku. That's just not me. That's not
Right.
my bag. But I said, yo, I said, this, Yakuza. I've heard about it. You know what I mean? Let me see, what it's about. You know what I mean?
Right.
And man, I'm so glad I did. I'm so glad I did because I found a new franchise that I love, like Assassin's Creed now. I'm ready to play the next one. If Game Pass dropped the new Yakuzas tomorrow or next week, I'm right back on the series. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, man, it's like, as a gamer, and I'm glad we having this discussion, you need to stretch. You need to play a role playing game. Go play Diablo. Go play something else, man. Go through Game Pass. There's all type of games, man. Like, the game Journey to a Savage Planet. That's a really cool game, man. Very weird and awkward, and kind of like off the chain, and this whole thing of what I'm saying, being on this planet and all this other stuff. And I mean, may I say, Journey to a Savage Planet is a weird game, bro. Like, it's really weird. Like, it's crazy. Like, when you go to different planets, my G, they really bring it to life. As far as like these different aliens
Uh
and
huh.
stuff like that. Really cool game, man. You know what I'm saying? Outer Worlds. It's another cool game. You know what I'm saying? So it's just the whole simple fact of like, you gotta stretch, man. Like, I know one time I tried it, I'm actually going to challenge myself. I really like Halo Wars. So I really wanted to get in because I heard the storylines are fantastic. I heard they are absolutely fantastic, you know what I'm saying? And that these are other Halo storylines that you should know about if you're a Halo fan. So I was like,
Right.
okay, well, let me try it out, right? And I'm like, I had to get used to the mechanics and this and that. The problem is, and we talked about this, New Legal, is that, so many games hold your hand. They hold your hand. And it's like you don't want to sit there and use your brain and figure nothing out. And that's where we come from, man. You know what I'm saying? We had to figure out on Shinobi, like, damn, all these ninjas coming out this helicopter, how do I, you know what I'm saying? How do I beat this board or beat this bonus round? You know what I'm saying? It's like now games just want to hold your hand, man. And I think it's a generation clash of different cultures. Well, I keep saying it. You got a lot of gamers that don't think for themselves, man. They just don't think for themselves. And
Yeah.
they don't think for themselves. Because New Legal, isn't it interesting? how companies now, they'll let you pay to open up everything.
It's crazy, man. All it
Yeah,
is a bunch of
like you
macro
got companies.
transactions, and
Yep.
it's bro. It's not even about. It's hardly nobody. Like I said, man. Everybody wants to be comfortable, man. And then as soon as
Mm.
somebody gets daring, they want to knock the game. Come on, man. Wait, we got
Yep.
to get out of that. We just got to get
Yeah,
out of
man.
that, man. I'm excited for those games, man, that came out. Like I keep telling you, because I'm telling you, man, those games right there,
Oh, I'm playing the medium. Yeah, I'm playing the
yeah,
medium.
they're gonna
I'm like that.
influence
That really
hard.
impressed me.
They're
And
gonna
let me tell you
influence
something. If
hard.
that's Xbox Silent Hill, that's gonna be a big one. If
That's
that's
right.
if he would get the same feeling of Silent Hill or captures that
Hey,
magic, that's
oh,
gonna
what
be a
about
big one,
hey,
baby.
man, the Evil Within wasn't no joke. Look how
Yeah,
good the
yeah,
Evil
exactly.
Within was.
Yeah,
Beautiful game.
yeah, yep,
Beautiful game.
yep. And I
You
told
know?
people, people laughed at me. I said, yo, I said that I said that joint. I said, damn, why I got alien ships on me? Sorry. Um, I said the joint. I said, the Resident Evil Nemesis. I said it's not gonna do well, and people laughed at me. That Joker sold 2 million. That's it, two
Right.
million. Which means you shouldn't have remade it. You can only remake so many things. Like, look
Right.
how long it was before we got Streets of Rage 4. But man, beat 'em up glory, baby. Beat 'em up glory. That game shows you how beat 'em ups were just always and gonna be amazing classic gaming. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? It's fun. And fun, man. Fun. I think sometimes cats forget, we don't always want to cry. We don't always want to, hold on to somebody's shoulder when we play our games. We just want fun, yo.
Right.
It's really the, by time. Like right now, I'm in the middle of a truck with a Gatling gun and I'm shooting an alien ship down. Fun.
Right. You're
I
right.
think
Straight up
sometimes as
fun.
gamers we get so, yeah, I think sometimes as gamers we take it too seriously. I really do, man. I think cats take stuff too seriously, man. Like it's to the point, like I think there's some gamers that need therapy. I'm not even joking. Like yo, because they changed this and changed that. Yo, you know what I mean? You really having like a conniption, like a breakdown. It's
Right.
like, bro, it's a video game.
That's
It's a
true.
video game, bro. It's not that serious. Like,
That's true.
but I told you, New Legal. I said, and I'll say it again. I be watching a lot of these cats on YouTube and a lot of these cats on certain videos and even some of these journalists. I swear, gaming is like another religion, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I've seen people get knocked out for PS4s, man, when it first came out. It's crazy.
Right. Yeah, man.
Yeah, so I
It
mean,
it's ridiculous, man. Be more daring, yo.
it is.
To the devs out there that are being more daring, salute to you. I mean, matter of fact, shout outs to the daring devs out there, man. Let's give it up for them. Let's give it up for them
Yeah,
as we continue
definitely,
to
man.
go into the
Definitely.
next generation. As we go into the next generation, man, we just want to say, listen, you guys are not scared. You guys are putting in that work, and I'm going to get my wallet out and put my money to you guys. I don't want the same stale experiences. Don't tell me about no horsey. Don't tell me about no bow and arrow. Don't tell me about how I can walk through the crack and the screen comes up to me and then it shows me going through the crack, and as I walk out of the crack the board comes back alive again. Listen, man, we've been so far past that. Thank you for that time that we had with it, but it's time to move on. It is
On.
time to move on. You get your first down, and let's keep going to the red zone. You cannot score a
Yep.
touchdown by not moving those inches. Microsoft, keep moving those inches. You're going to get to that touchdown. You are the most hated on because you are the one that innovates. You are not the casual
Yeah. And
console.
they fear you. They fear.
They
I say
fear
it all
you.
the time. They
They
fear
fear
that
you.
360 days again. They
Don't
fear it
feed
man.
into the casual. Don't feed into that.
Yep.
We
Because
know you have to
Xbox
cater to
fans
them,
are hardcore.
but shout
Yeah.
outs to those devs that are not going to sit here and not take risks and not be daring. Shout out to the ones
Yep.
that are being daring. And listen, shout out to all the devs, right, that make great games. That just make great games in general. But look, man,
Exactly.
don't diss games that are gonna be next gen and diss them because you never heard of it, or it's not the way you like it, or it's an indie game, or you don't listen, man. With the technology that Microsoft is presenting itself to be, and I'm gonna say it
Mm-hmm.
right here on this show, General. I'm gonna say it right here on this show. The worst enemy now is Microsoft, man.
Talk
Microsoft
about it,
cannot
bro.
afford to eat their own crow because, man, they
Nope.
are waiting to crucify you, Microsoft. They're waiting.
All the time.
It's almost
All
like,
the time, bro.
right. It's almost like, oh, you said this. Well, let's see. Well, let's see. Well, let's
Yeah.
see.
Yep.
Let's see if you're about what you say you are. And it's just you at some point. What's up, Death Killer HD? Appreciate it, man. At some point, following you right back, bro. At some point, you have to be bold enough to say, you know what? I don't care what they say about me. I'm going to
Yep.
do what I have to do. And Microsoft has to put it out there and do it. They can't be holding back anymore. They can't. They just can't. They just can't, General. The time is
They
now,
can't,
man.
man.
The time is now. You
They can't.
cannot eat this crow. You cannot come out with, man, they cannot come out with a first party game and it's just strictly, it's not mind blowing. And you know what, man? I
Yo, that's
know
that.
it's not gonna
And new
be
legal, that's pressure. That's
right,
pressure, man. Like
right.
for real. You know what I mean? But I mean, look, man. You know what I'm saying? Look, you know, if I got faith in any company, it's Microsoft because they're innovative. My problem with Sony is they keep doing the same thing. They just
Yeah,
keep
you
doing the
don't have
same
to,
thing. It
bro.
works.
Oh man, you
Yep.
nailed it. You don't have to worry about
Yo,
Sony not changing up.
there's an
Exactly.
article on one of the Days Gone producers. He was telling the story like they wanted to make a cool multiplayer mode and a cool co-op mode, and Sony was like, no, just make it a single player campaign. That's what our audience want. It's like, yo, how you gonna tell me what I want, fam?
Right.
Like, it's my money. How you gonna tell me what I want? You know what I'm saying? So
You're right. You're
yeah,
so right. You can't tell me, and then, they don't even tell their fans what's best, what's best, what's best. No, what's best for your fans is to have games and play
yeah,
them. That's
exactly.
what's best.
It is his best.
That's
And
what's
it's like,
best.
okay, it's like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, people get on Microsoft. It's like, man, at least Microsoft take chances, yo.
That's
You know
true.
what I mean? At least Microsoft take chances, man.
That's
You know
true.
what I mean? Like, I think they had a whole generation to see what works and what don't work. You know what I'm saying? And people forget too. Phil and these cats is gamers too, man.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like cause it's on IGN, not to promote them, but that's where I saw it. There's a 12-minute talk with the developers of the Ascent, an
Right.
Xbox Series exclusive, or Xbox exclusive, right? They said Microsoft came to their studio and never left. They was like, yo, we love what we see here. Like, how
Yeah,
can we
that's
make
true. They
this
did.
work?
They did do that.
But
Yeah.
yeah, how can we make this work? Blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Like, they're gamers too, man. So it's like, yo, people forget, man. Like, these guys are gamers too. I think sometimes it's just saying people's eyes are bigger than their stomach. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like, you know, I'm all ready for Halo Infinite, man. I'm ready for a new Halo adventure. I'm ready for a new AAA, Microsoft. I think for me though, I'm ready for something new that I've never
Right.
played before.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like Alan
Hey, that
Alan Wake was
Crossfire X.
incredible.
That Crossfire X is
Yeah,
gonna be ridiculous, man.
yeah. I'm hearing the campaign is on point, like better than Call of Duty campaign on point. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they coming with stuff, man. It's crazy, man, because I feel like Microsoft is the ice cream store that's giving you 31 flavors, and I feel like Sony just
Exactly.
giving you the same 5 flavors, but because these 5 flavors taste good, it's like you don't want nothing else.
Yeah, man, that's true. Um,
But
that's
I'm
true.
excited for Xbox, man. I just
So I
and
want you
I'm
to
at
make a
that
bold
point,
prediction when you get done. I want you to make a bold prediction, man. I want you when you get
Okay.
done. I want you to make a bold prediction on this summer, man, because you've been hot about the summer. Well, I want you to make a bold prediction on what you think they're gonna come out with, man, to reveal.
Mm, mm. I think I think Halo Infinite is going to be mind blowing. I think when you invest 500 million, you're confident in what your company can do.
Right.
I think 343 heard a lot of backlash from Halo 5. You know, it's funny. You hear people talk about Halo and criticize it, and they what they doing? They online playing it. You know what I'm saying? Um, so I think Halo Infinite is going to be mind blowing. I think Fable will rebirth the confidence in Microsoft's RPG. I think
Right.
the new Fable will be really, really good. I think Playground Games, I believe that's the company doing it. That's what I'm hearing. Um, I think they're gonna show that they can do more than Forza Horizon, and it's gonna really excite people. You know what I'm saying? Um, this is mine. When you asking me what I think, I
Right.
think Phil brings back MechAssault. I think he brings back a whole new MechAssault, man, for a whole new generation. I think that's gonna be mind blowing. We haven't had a game with mechs and things like that and everything.
Right.
So of course the
Or so
online
or so or
capability.
some type of game that resembles it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, my dream wish, and there's murmurings of that it's possibly going to be real. I just want Ninja Gaiden back, and I think the way Neo was exclusive to PlayStation, I think Microsoft going to make sure that Ninja Gaiden is exclusive to Xbox and its ecosystem. So that's another one I think comes back. I think now this is my prediction. I think next to Halo, I think Hellblade 2 steals the show. I think that's going to be mind blowing. And I think that what you saw in those inside engines or when they show, off at the Video Game Awards, how close that it actually looks like that. I think that's going to really like flip a lot of people wigs. I think Hellblade 2 is just going to be absolutely phenomenal. Ninja Theory is an amazing company. Amazing company. You know what I'm saying? So I think Hellblade 2 next to Halo steals the show. Um I think we see Perfect Dark reboot. I think it's just going to be absolutely mind-blowing. Um all that talent over there at the initiative, the rebirth of Joanna Dark. I think it's just gonna be this big cybernetic
Could
world,
do it.
with this,
Joanna Dark is on
yeah,
the
with
on the
this,
on the hot seat.
yeah, with this alien. You know what I'm saying? Shall we say almost like this alien theme, um, espionage. You know what I'm saying? I think she's more aggressive. I think she has melee combat as well as she's nice with her guns.
Right.
I heard there's a camera system, a whole new camera system that they built. So I think that Perfect Dark could be, really good. Um, and my shocker is I don't I think I don't think Forza Motorsport is ready. I think due to COVID-19, I think we get Forza Horizon 5 on launch day. I really do.
Nice.
I think because of I think because Forza Horizon, let's keep it real. It only takes 2 years to make. It's a racing game. It's a racing game, right? And that's
Right.
one of the things that show off the power of the system. So I think Forza Horizon 5 comes, what I'm saying, on launch day, along with Halo Infinite. I think Forza Motorsport, whatever they're turning it to, we see it in March of 2021. You know what I mean? Um, I think that I think there's gonna be some Japanese surprises. I think that there are two exclusive Japanese games that we don't know about. I don't know what company, but I think they're gonna be some surprises. I think one of them is Sega. You know what I'm saying? Not Sega. First party. I'm sorry, we're talking first party in July. I think there are two Japanese games, original games. I think one's gonna be a hack and slash, and I think another one's gonna be role playing. You know what I'm saying? So I
Right.
think they're gonna show off something like that for the people that love, Japanese games. Um, and That's really, my prediction. What I think could be, big bullets. As far as the July show. You know what I'm saying? I think those games, because these are games that Xbox gamers want. The Fables and you know what I mean, and Perfect Dark was you know, it was a huge. It was pretty. All right. It was big on N64. It was cool on Xbox 360. But I think rebooting her is exciting. I
Right.
think you get, you bring her back. You know what I'm saying? She's part of the stable. Oh, I think they show off Gears Tactics, for the Xbox Series X. I think they add a couple more bell and whistles that might not be on PC. I think that's a launch day title too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's like my prediction.
Man, that's nice. I think what you said is
First
very
party,
much
yeah.
reasonable. I think it's very much reasonable, and I
Mhm.
think it's very much needed. So I'm glad
Mhm.
now that everything is like at the end of the string, right? And now
Mhm.
I think Microsoft has done a great job by keeping it that way, keeping it stretched out the way it
Yep.
has, and
Yep.
making sure that everything um, comes into play. And now that we still don't have a reveal of the PlayStation 5 hasn't revealed any games for it. I think Microsoft is at its best seat now to reveal
Yep.
everything that it has and go on for the victory, man. As far as what they say,
Yo, pull all your cards out. Push them in. As they say
Right.
in poker, push the whole pot in. You ain't
That's
got
right.
nothing to lose right now. Don't hold nothing back. I wouldn't care if the game's not coming out 2 years from now. Show a trailer, talk about it. You know what I mean? Like, yo, this is what we working on. Because they got to show a roadmap. You feel me? A roadmap
Right.
of like, okay, this is what's coming. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, if Microsoft is smart, they know they need new IPs, man. They know it, man. Like, whether people know it or not, you might say, oh, it's trash. They was really impressed with Horizon Zero Dawn, man. They was really impressed. You know what I mean? They was very
Right.
impressed how the company that did Killzone just went off and did their own, you know what I mean? Their
Right.
own role playing game. But,
Right.
gamers forget that game took 7 years to make, man. Cats want all these Skyrims, they want all these big worlds you live in. You're not getting it in 3 years, man.
Right.
These games take a long time to
They
make,
take a
man.
long
Cause
time,
it's a
especially when they're
lot
going
to it.
right,
Yeah.
especially when they're going for the knockout punch. When they're going for the
Yeah,
knockout
you know what I
punch, it's gonna
mean?
take a while.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, and there's another thing I wanted to talk
Go
about.
ahead.
For Xbox gamers, you might hear by your PlayStation fans that there's a Daredevil game that's exclusive to PlayStation 5. Don't believe that. Remember, there was a rumor about how Devil May Cry 5 was exclusive to PlayStation 4, and that guy walked out on stage. Developers want to make as much money as possible. Oh, not only walked
Right.
on stage, Devil May Cry was, they had the marketing for that too.
That's right.
Um, yeah, so that's just a little thing going around for Xbox gamers. There's supposed to be a Daredevil game exclusive to PS5. I think people want to make money on all systems. It doesn't make sense having anything exclusive to PS5 unless you want to take a bag, but it doesn't make any sense, man, because it's like, yo, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
unless you take a
Put it
bag. Yeah,
everywhere.
you're right. Unless you take a bag.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I
Put it
understand
everywhere.
sometimes when they do it, but it doesn't benefit
Yeah,
Sony. If you give them the bag and it doesn't
yeah.
sell as much, it doesn't benefit Sony. So I'm just thinking, man, Microsoft came in this year knowing that they didn't sell the most consoles, and I'm starting to think that with their service has always been their
Yep,
plan. Service has always been their plan.
yep,
They realize,
yep,
wow, look at our services growing. We don't have to sell
yep.
consoles. You know,
Exactly.
that share feature that we have with accounts
Yeah.
is ridiculous. That's always been for the gamers. They don't have to
Yep.
have multiple consoles being bought in order to share like that. All you need is
Come
people.
on, man.
All you need is two people to invest in live and one person to buy the games. That's it. Or
Mm.
you can have two people to invest in live, which is a service, right? In the beginning, and
Mm-hmm.
have two people split the game. Like for instance, me and General, right? We want to share. So we link
Mm-hmm.
our accounts together. Okay, General From this point on, he pays $30. I only paid $30. We get us brand new games every time a game come out. We're buying for half,
E-
and we're building our catalog
Exactly.
together because that's gaming. We don't care about the
It is.
politics. All we care about is getting these games done. That's all me and him care about. Let's
Exactly.
get these games done, man. And when I saw that Microsoft was about that, I said, yo, they're going with their services, man. They're not too much. Yeah, they're focused on the
Yep.
console sales, but it's like they said, man. When Phil took over in 2014, he said, I need to change the narrative on what's really beneficial talk. And a company like
Yep.
us, we can't keep talking about console sales because that's really not beneficial talk. That's talk from
It's
somebody that's
not.
not making no money. And when he did that,
Thank you.
it changed the way a lot of us thought about it. So you started seeing that we
Exactly.
learned something from us. We had a leader that actually taught us something. When before we
Yep.
didn't know that. Okay? We didn't know that. So we went we went 2 generations of talking that stuff. Especially in the last generation. We talked it up. But and even rightfully so, right? It was still a thing. But when Microsoft understood that we have to get back to our maturity level, meaning that
Yeah.
when Live was created, that was Microsoft on their maturity level. When
Yeah.
when right, when
Yeah.
Live got created, General, you know what I'm saying? That was
Mhm.
Microsoft's mature level. When they started talking about when their people of leadership started talking about console sales, that was Microsoft in their immature level. When Phil Spencer
Yep.
stepped up to the plate, it's been mature since that point on. And he knows that it has to be mature this point on because Phil don't want the inferior console. That's why he said what he said. From this point on, we will not have the inferior nothing. He
Yep.
took that. He took that as a smack in the face, man. We're Microsoft. What it look like us having a weak console? What does it look? That
Exactly.
doesn't even look right. And I
Yep.
understood that. You know, he's like, we have the bank support, we have the deepness to reach in our pockets, and look what he did, man. He created an ecosystem for Xbox to thrive now. We have a good audience.
Yep.
Plus, we're not done yet. Plus, he knows that he needs to go to Japan, and he's looking
Yep.
to
He's
get
been. He's been
right
in Japan.
to mend some relationships, to figure out what Microsoft needs to do to fit into the culture. Because it's not about just bringing Xbox down there. You have to take in consideration of cultures. You have to. So you have to get in there. You have to uh, gain respect within the culture of their type of games. Now, you can buy some devs that appreciate what you're going to bring to the table for them as well, but also understand what's going to win for that culture. And
Yep.
I think Microsoft is being very patient on that. I think they're being very patient on that. And I believe with the right kind of dev, with the right kind of knowledge of how to give back to that culture and win its respect, that's something that you don't do overnight. I like their slow approach. All they need is that knockout blow. That's what they need.
That's it.
They
That's
need
it.
that
You
knockout
know what I
blow.
mean? And oh, yeah. And I think that knockout blow is gonna happen in July. Now I know I'm crazy for saying this, but I think it's gonna happen. I think they announced CD Projekt Red as their new Xbox game studio, and that company is under their umbrella. That's the knockout blow.
I think you're right.
They are too friendly. They are so chummy chummy. They been in Poland. People talking about oh they in Poland talking to Techland, that's doing Dying Light 2 and stuff like that. Yo, I think they are setting it up. And let me tell you something. People talk about oh why would they want to do that? Their games make money. Let me tell you something. Somebody want to foot the bill for me. Why wouldn't I go under them, yo?
That's
And we
right.
got a great relationship. You basically paying for the lights to stay on. You paying us to do projects. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. I
Right.
think CD Projekt Red is gonna be a part of Xbox Game Studios. That's my prediction. That's gonna make the internet drop.
You think that they're gonna
That
come
means
with You think they're gonna come with it, man? You think that if they don't go along, you think they're gonna utilize everything that Microsoft can push out? That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking they're just
I'm
gonna
telling
be
you
able to
now.
utilize whatever they can push out.
I'm telling you now, man. This is just real spill. And I'll never BS no one. If they come with it and cause the excitement that they supposed to cause,
Right.
yo, it's gonna be a beautiful generation. If they come with it and Xbox gamers not happy, yo, they
It's
might
gonna hurt.
really just fall back.
Right.
They might fall back from the triple A's and you get double A's, and then, of course they'll supply Game Pass because they're gonna be like, yo, what do we got to do to get our fans excited? You know what I'm saying? When a company
Right.
doesn't know how to talk to their audience, they do two things. They, go back to the drawing board, or they sell.
You're right.
And I think Phil Spencer, he's at the point where it's like, yo, we took all this time, 2013, it's been 7 years. We've been working on so much stuff. It's like, yo, let's go. So, 150 studios,
Bam!
man. Xbox ain't going nowhere. Y'all can deal with it. You can get mad. You can whatever you want to feel, kick your feet, whatever you want to do, bro. Go on the podcast, vent, get it off your chest. Xbox ain't going nowhere.
It's
But
not going anywhere, man.
Microsoft got to get their fans excited, man. First party has to get their fans excited, man. Got to, man.
I agree with you.
Got to. Yeah, got to.
Anything else you want to
Gotta
say,
give
man?
us that feeling.
Anything else you want to say?
Yo, man, just play Xbox. You know what I'm saying? Wave your green flag. Enjoy Xbox. Be proud to be an Xbox player. Be proud to be an Xbox person. You know what I'm saying? We don't do that. We don't do that neutral ish over here, yo. Like, we play all games, we play together, and we sound like Sesame Street. Nah, we don't do that, man. This is an Xbox podcast for Xbox fans, for Xbox players, for Xbox people, and for people that love Xbox. That's what
it.
this right here is about. And it ain't too many. So when you come to New Legal and me and other people, you know what I'm saying? This is for Xbox. We don't do we don't tap dance, man.
Right.
Xbox. Get excited for July and I'm out.
Yo, this is the new legal, man. Represent Di-RREC Gaming. We out of here. See you guys next time. We out.